Welcome to another edition of Hot Shot Secret Facebook Live. We're in the new set, finally. So, episode number 62, and Chris has changed a little bit since we last saw him.
Slightly.
So, we're happy to finally be in the new set. We're going to be using this a lot going forward. I hope you guys like it. We like it. It's a little more room, and we're going to have a little bit different angles and doing some cool stuff in here. You can see a lot of videos coming out of here, too. So, we're excited about it. Brian Check is in. Always in first. Way to go, Brian. We got a cool episode today. Obviously, Mr. Trey Sikes is in the house.
What's up? Lumberjack's here.
The lumberjack himself up from North Carolina. And we are dual streaming, remember, so we're live on YouTube and Facebook right now. So always be sure to like, share the video, click the little bell down below so you get the reminder that we're going live right now. And go ahead and post your questions. We've had a busy day. I just came running in here. We got some special guests here, so we've been all running around. I didn't even know what we were talking about. We looked. We don't have much to talk about except some cool guests here.
We are going to talk about some wonderful topics today.
We are. But why don't you lead us, and you can ask your questions like you guys always do.
Absolutely.
And Holly Smith is watching. Hi, Holly.
Hi, gentlemen.
Bearded Medic's in. What's up, Brian? Dan Zelton's in. Top fan badge is back. Congrats, Brian. I told you I have no control over that, or I would have pulled it from you. But we
I've
have
got
some
a top fan badge.
We have some very special guests that we're going to talk with who have been here all morning, and I don't want to hold them up too much longer. So the Rudolph Brothers and Company are here, and we'll tell you about who they are and what we got going on with them. They're a new distribution partner with us. They're headquartered here in Ohio and work along the East Coast as well as the whole reach from the rest of the states up to Canada and Mexico too. So we're really excited about that. We'll talk with them a little bit. And we also have another special guest that's going to join us.
We have multi-time IHRA and NHRA sportsman drag racing champion Michael Beard with Loose Rocker Promotions. We're going to talk about some of the upcoming races we're partnering with them with.
Cool stuff.
Absolutely.
Cool stuff. Exciting episode.
I think so.
Live, new studio.
This beard on that camera.
It looks a little crazy.
It looks wonderful.
It looks a little crazy. So please post your questions below. As always, we give away some product. It says we're giving away Diesel Winter Anti-Gel today.
I think that's...
'Tis the season.
It's chilly outside in Ohio.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep, so Diesel Winter Anti-Gel is what we're giving away. And remember, if you don't watch live, we know a lot of people are working right now. You can post your questions or your comments. We'll answer later. And we also want to give love to the people that are we call it our syndicated episodes. That's what Chris and I call it.
I hear you.
So our syndicated episodes, if you're watching it tonight or something, go ahead and post. And we'll give you some free product too. So it's not just the live people. So as a post-live winner from last week, what did we give away last week?
Fr3 was the title.
It was
last
Fr3.
week, yes.
It was Fr3. So last week's winner is Charles Garner. So Charles, if you're watching, which you're probably not watching because it's your after hours, give us a message. We'll send you a message. Let us know your address, and we'll send out some FR3 for you to try. Which we just did some training today, and maybe I'll quiz these guys on how much they know FR3. And they're like, no, don't do that yet.
Nanotechnology.
So Charles asked, his after-hours question was, I'd like to see a direct comparison to Arch Oil. What is your opinion on boron-based additives? We'll message you, Charles, and send you a bottle of FR3 to try. You're on the spot. Let's do it. Answer his question.
Boron-based additives. I don't know much about boron-based additives. I really don't.
No.
No. Where's Aaron? Aaron?
Back up. He's hiding.
Yeah, I know.
He's hiding.
No, yeah, so we might have an answer for you by the end of this program.
There you go.
That
Aaron's
someone in the lab could write down on a piece of paper and bring to us off camera.
If Eric's watching, he tends to show up when I ask for help on the comparison chart. We have a comparison chart. Let me call out for the comparison chart on that, because we do a lot of comparisons with Arch Oil on our Stiction Eliminator as well. We get more cleansing properties out of it with the FR3 in it as well. So let me give you that. I know we have a scrub test comparison on it too. So we like to put our science out there. So Eric, if you're watching, bring
us some stuff.
Bring me the charts.
We'll explain it to the masses.
And then we'll have the real nerds from R&D get a deep dive and get the explanation to you. So we are going to come back with the rest of our announcements, but I don't want to keep these guys waiting. So I want to go over here, and we got multi-sets. We got different.
All kinds of views.
So I'm going to go over to our other set and invite. Oh, I just hit the mic. They told me not to. and invite the Rudolph Brothers and Company in. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Welcome aboard, guys.
Happy to be here.
Good to see you, sir.
Thanks for having us.
So let's start off with, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Jared Rudolph.
Keith Mensing.
Seth Anderson.
Logan Perkins.
And tell us a little bit about Rudolph Brothers and Company.
Rudolph Brothers and Company is an industrial distributor. So we've been in business since the mid-1960s. And we really specialize in really highly technical products. And we service manufacturers of all different sizes.
Right.
So right now we mainly focus in the automotive and aerospace industries. Those are our biggest markets, but we do service most any type of manufacturer.
Great.
Yeah, very excited to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. Like I said, we've now partnered up with Rudolph Brothers and Company. So they'll be carrying our Hot Shot Secret products, which we're really excited about. We had the privilege of Don and I went down to your facility just a couple weeks ago. And now it's their turn to come up to our facility here. We've been having a fun day, locked in a box trainings to get you guys up to speed on what our products do. They could probably answer the questions better than Lumberjack maybe. We should challenge him on that.
I hope so.
So why don't you tell us what you do for the company, each one of you?
Well, myself, I'm in sales and marketing.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
Sales as well and tech support.
I purchasing, so I deal directly with Don and the vendor side. So
I'm outside sales currently in the Dayton area.
Gotcha. And you have reps up the East Coast, right?
Yeah, we really cover most of the United States. In terms of physical presence, we have reps as far west as Kansas City and cover pretty much most of the United States east.
Right.
But we do service customers all across North America.
Right. And this has been a family business for a while.
It has. My grandfather bought the business in the mid-1960s,
Wow.
and my dad and his twin brother took over the business in the 70s and have been running it since.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a great business.
And I know part of this started when you guys wanted to start getting into the motorsport side of things.
Mhm.
I believe that you're kind of spearheading that out of Dayton, right? And you said you have a little experience in that.
I have no experience.
Zero, let's
He had an
say.
I'm
experience.
eager to learn.
You had an experience.
But
Yeah,
when we went down to visit these guys in Columbus, he said, someone drove the Beamer down there. So you weren't scared to jump in it.
No.
Nobody
I
else
was not
drove it.
scared. I took the opportunity, let's just say that. My son reminds me every day, my 8-year-old son reminds me every day about that.
Yeah, does he?
He asked me if I drove the race car today.
Well, it's sitting right up there, so we
Yeah.
can probably
Go for
relive
it.
it if you want. So.
Thanks for the keys.
Or maybe
We just need a video at this time.
Well, like I said, we do have some stripes back there behind the building.
we'll have to make a few more.
We can make a few more. And
Okay.
with the new building over there, the State Highway Patrol can't really see us anymore. So I hope they're not watching. But we've known
Private
them-
road.
we've known
Closed
them-
road test.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and Chris is hiding over there. Hey, Chris, I should say, I know you're off camera, but these guys had a great idea when I talked about the building expansion, that maybe that strip should just turn into a quarter-mile strip that way.
I like it. We can do that.
You heard it, folks. You heard it. In-house drag strip. So, I know you guys are picking up the Hot Shot Secret line of products.
Mhm.
What brings you into, to Hot Shot Secret? Let me ask you that, because I know there's a lot of brands out there. You're really not carrying anything that's very competitive to us. So, what started this relationship?
This is a new market for us, and it's the aftermarket automotive market is something that we've always been looking to get into, just with our experience with manufacturers in the market. So, we came across Logan a year or two ago, and Logan and his family are very familiar. They participate actively in the racing industry. So,
Right.
we would really love to expand into it and apply our sales model to that industry. So, very hands-on, technically focused, and we think we have a really good value proposition.
I think you do too. And so the unique thing when we first started talking, wasn't even that long ago we started talking, you said you're going to be at PRI for the first time. You're going to check that out. And little do we know, you're right across, right in front of us.
Right.
So it's fun that this partnership has come together so quickly. We look forward to PRI. Look forward to having you guys out at PRI. We're happy to show you the ropes out there. It's a good time, and I think you're really going to benefit from being out there and introducing yourself to that whole audience. I mean, it is quite a market there. So
We're very excited.
yeah. So you guys have anything to add before we head off? What you love or hate about your job?
Love everything.
Exactly.
No, the small aspect. We're not this big corporation. We're small. We're in house. We're application driven.
Right.
So a lot of our questions aren't for everybody.
Sure.
They'll come to me and I'll have to get with our vendor and say, hey, this is our problem. We need a specific solution, and each one's different. So it's just like with your formulas, each one's different.
Right.
How can we get the best solution for this customer?
Right.
Not everyone.
And I think we have some very, very similarities there between our companies, and I think that's what made it so unique too. Is with this partnership is, you know, as you mentioned earlier, or just how we we're both at a sweet size that allows us to be big enough to do some damage out there, but also small enough to be versatile and really play with some of the big boys too. So, anything you want to add, Mr. New Race Division Man?
I'm just real excited to get this going.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great product that I've seen. I've been doing a lot of research on it myself. And I know personally at their track, I'm seeing a lot of stickers on cars, a lot of containers and trailers with hot shots on it. And I didn't even know that you guys made half the stuff that you do. So it was a great learning experience today. And I'm sure I'm going to learn more down the road. So,
Oh yeah. And you're going to be a guinea pig for us too.
Yeah.
We love people that race this stuff. So you give me a problem, you give me a vehicle, we'll put it to the test.
Sounds great.
We'll put it to the test. Well, thanks guys. I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate all the time today.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the business we have ahead of us. And where can everybody find you guys if they want to look you up?
Well, we're located inside Canal Winchester, Ohio, a suburb of Columbus. But visit our website at www.rudolphbros.com.
Cool. And they also see you on Facebook Live with us.
That's right.
That too. That too.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming in today.
Yeah.
Thanks for going
Thanks
live
a
with
lot.
us.
Yep, appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Throw it back to Trey.
Throw it back to Trey. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Just gonna wait patiently for nothing bad to happen off camera.
You never know.
And Kyle made it. Look
I
at
did.
that.
It's on the delay. So, isn't that cool, man?
I love it.
These guys are great. We've spent time with them down at their place. I'm glad they came up today. We kind of got through the product. We kind of had to rush at the end, but I'm really excited. There's a lot of synergies between our two companies that I think we got a really cool future ahead with them. So we're really excited about it. And plus, it's an Ohio company, you know.
Absolutely.
We love that. We absolutely love
Keep it
that.
local.
Keep it local.
Tight partnerships.
So if you guys have any questions for Rudolph Brothers, they might be hanging around for a little bit over here. Go ahead and post them. We can relay those over to them. And obviously, if you have any other questions, they always tell me to check questions early because we wait too late. So let's knock some out, all right, Trey?
Let's do it.
Why is that beard so ugly? I'm just kidding.
That's not a possible question.
Bearded Medic says, love the setup. Top fan badge. You earned your top fan badge, Bearded Medic. Concur, Brian. Shit. I got one too. Just a lot of, everyone likes the studio. Cool. We like it too.
Yeah.
7.3 Franz oil kit. Any closer to being ready for purchase?
Like the new.
Oh,
new
you're
one.
talking about the new with the new
one
hoses.
with the new hoses, right? Yeah.
I think this is down to measurements on the hoses.
That should
Sean, I got a pun on that one, man.
Yeah.
I know you've been wanting one. I'm sure it's close because I just saw a whole box of hoses out there, so it may be there. I don't want to quote it, but it's just down to the hose measurement now.
Right.
And they're doing a video for it, an install video.
In this lovely studio.
What's up, Chris Tudor? Nice studio. Everybody likes the studio. Your video feed is choppy, but your sound is spot on. Come on, Levi, get it right.
We're lucky to get it working.
Yeah, we are lucky. At least we're in the new studio, guys. Got to give us some. He said, Trey, boost the bandwidth up. Dang.
I did all I could.
Brian Fennell says the Bimmer moves. Now, Brian Fennell is one of the guys from USMC Racing
Oh yeah.
who came up and abused that thing.
Okay.
These guys may or may not have done a giant burnout crossways through the Tesla charging station. I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I cannot say for sure that that's the best place to do a burnout with a diesel BMW,
Or,
but it may be.
it could be.
Could be.
Larry turns that work kid. Hey, gal. A lot of people on. Yes, magnet new hoses. Magnets are done, but I'll check on the hoses for you, Bearded Medic. Dr. Trey, Bay, come back, watch the Hot Shots product in action in VIR this
That is
weekend. Matt Goody Goodrich.
Goodrich calling me Dr. Trey Bay.
Okay.
That's a
sounds like
nickname
sounds
thing.
really cute.
Well, it's
Trey Bay?
Yeah. Jocelyn, his lady friend, came up with that for me. So
Wow.
that's
I'm learning a lot
that's
today.
a different story. Okay. So
Tom Perini says, hey guys, what are you doing in my garage? I know Tom's done some work out here. We got a lot of videos coming of Tom wrenching on some trucks and doing some of our how-to videos. So I don't know if we're posting them yet. Are they posted, Levi, or are they coming soon? Like the how-to videos that Tom was wrenching on? Coming soon? He's like, I don't know.
Education department.
That's right. Here's Facebook Live department.
punt again. Yeah.
All right, so announcements. Web, our brand new website has launched. As Levi loves to scroll through. Go check it out and let us know what you think. We really like it. I know Levi's been working really hard. Got a couple kinks in it, and he keeps finding little spiders, but I found one today I'll tell you about. But visually it looks so much better. It's much better to navigate, so we're really happy about that. Be sure to subscribe to our email newsletter to stay up to date on news, promos, exclusive offers. Dealer shout-outs. Why don't you give some dealer shout-outs there?
So we've got new, is that NU or new? NU Tires in Carbon Hill, Alabama. We've got Dirty Doug's Diesel and Welding in Durham, North Carolina. And Sand Hills Diesel in Aberdeen, North Carolina. Those are 3 new ones for this week.
Yep. And let's see, do they have... Oh, we'll get to this right here.
Right.
So, we are... What's going on Hot Shot Secret TV this weekend? Saturday at 1 p.m., we're going to be with our friends on Truck U. That's the Motor Trend Network. It's an in-show, so that's one of like the big ones where they do a real big review rather than our tech tips.
Right.
So they're covering our Stiction Eliminator and our Diesel Extreme. I believe, Saturday at 1 o'clock that is on Truck U.
Mm-hmm.
The Sunday at 10:30 a.m. on Truck U Motor Trend, they're doing a tech tip on Diesel Extreme. I think our Rudolph Brothers and company are going to be watching and see if they've learned what they got trained on today. So maybe they'll do our Stiction Eliminator Diesel Extreme explanation later. And then Sunday at 7:30 a.m. on History Channel, Engine Power, our Adrenaline Racing Oil is going to be featured.
That is a great topic for the
I wonder which one it is. I don't know which one that is. It might be the build. Let's talk about that because that's a recap of the events this past weekend.
Right.
As we told you, we partner with Summit Racing on a endurance build with BMR racing team here in Ohio that races the endurance car at the Mid-Ohio course. And finally, after a year of work, the car finally was making its debut this weekend. Unfortunately, they had some complications with the cooling system. I guess with an endurance car is pretty important, but they didn't have enough ventilation in the front to get air to the radiator.
Right.
Motor overheated in qualifying.
Sometimes you put too much on there to cover up, to get aero, you lose airflow, gets a little hot, radiator might not be big enough.
So, it melted a piston.
Yeah. But
the good news, they told me, they said that their data showed that engine oil, our Adrenaline Racing Oil, got up to over 280 degrees. And when they pulled it from the motor, they said it looked brand new, like it was not even touched. So, they were really impressed at how well our motor oil holds up. And like I said, we love testing our stuff to the limits, but
absolutely
didn't really ask to get it tested that way. So unfortunately, they were not able to debut. The motor went back down to the engine builder guys in Tennessee. They're coming back next year, bigger and badder. And we told them we were going to stay on board with them. Awesome. And so I think they're going to be debuting in, I think he told me like April, they're going to bring it back out. And it'll be bigger and badder. So we're looking forward.
Again?
No, they're going to start at Watkins Glen.
Okay.
Is what they're shooting for. And then the Mid-Ohio race is this time.
This time every year. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So, congrats to those guys. I know it was a tough weekend. I know you guys worked hard for a long time to get that car going. We got your back. We're going to continue to support you guys. I can't wait to get the car out next year.
Absolutely. Yep.
And let's see, R&D. What's going on in R&D?
Well, in R&D, looks like they gave some gasoline extreme training to the AEs, our account executives,
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, they did. Yeah,
So-
Aaron came over.
Yeah.
We got good
And-
knowledge of Gas Extreme. So our new account executive, Aaron, has now completed all gasoline, or I'm sorry, all fuel side additive training.
Awesome.
So she's an expert now.
She's an expert now. So
Aaron, you better get ready.
give her some phone calls about that product if you're in the Southeast. You need some questions answered about
He's
fuel
down there.
side. I'm in North Carolina. I'm also available. But you can find my phone number anywhere, you know.
What else is going on in R&D?
Well, it looks like Kevin's been putting. Do you want me to read this?
I saw that coming.
It looks like Kevin's been put in quarantine to
True
work
story.
on another LSI brand, microwavable renewable technologies. Some would say sequestered, some would say in quarantine. It just
Now let
depends on
me give you the
definition
background
the
of
word.
this. Here's
Yeah.
how it started. Like
Yeah.
Kevin's got a lot of work to do. For those of you that don't know about microwave renewable technologies, just know LSI's changing the world on some crazy stuff, and it's a long story. I'll tell you another time. But it's very important. Kevin gets a lot of this very critical thinking work done. So it started off with him taping off his window so nobody could like bother him in his office, and then Jen became the guard dog outside his office, and then you had to request time with him. Then they pulled an RV up behind the building, and we
Yeah.
put him in the parking lot so nobody would bother him. And now Chris has him literally off-site, like miles away from this place, with nothing but a stock refrigerator
Right.
and a
You say.
computer. So he is literally
He's
in isolation.
fully sequestered, working on microwavable renewable technology.
So you better not be watching, Kevin, or
I
I'm
was
gonna
gonna say
I'm tell
I'm
him
gonna think he might be logged in.
He
on
logs
someone
in
else's name.
sometimes.
Yes,
He logs in. So
we miss you, Kevin.
we do. Keep working hard though, Kevin. And events this weekend, we've got King of the Streets. Is that? No.
Can't be
No, not this weekend.
Is it?
This weekend, Dragway 42 is mass traction. I'm going to call it King of the Streets? I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
Okay.
Because
No,
it's right
That's
here,
chaos.
right?
That's next weekend.
No?
It's the unprep. This is unprep
Oh, it's
event.
where they scrape
really
it.
cool. I don't know if we
Yeah.
posted the video yet. I've been in meetings all day, but you know we support Brandon Mass of Mass Traction. He's anchored over at Dragway 42 in West Salem. He's the best track prepper in the nation. I know our video team. I'm happy to have this video team. They went out there yesterday. I saw some of the video they shot of him scraping the track. He scraped Dragway 42 down to the concrete, like literal concrete. So all these so-called no prep races that are like,
Just-
okay, they didn't prep today.
They didn't prep today, but we prepped last week pretty hard, and we just kind of left
And it's
it.
been prepped for
it
a month
hasn't-
and a half.
And it hasn't rained pretty hard, so we've still got some prep.
This is
Ish.
literally, that's why he calls it unprep. It's not no prep. He literally peeled all the rubber off. And then he told me he got like a 55-gallon drum of like
Like
lacquer or paint
stripper,
thinner
yeah, like-
just to get the remaining parts off. So we did a really cool time-lapse video of it, of him stripping the track down. So that's going on this weekend. So any of you no preppers that want to get out there and actually race Dragway 42, which is a beautiful racetrack, and actually see it with bare concrete is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
it's
sounds
literally
wild.
bare concrete. So it's as true no prep as you can get. That weekend, that's going on this weekend. We love Brandon out there. We wish him the best of luck. Check them out. And also this weekend is the pandemonium at the airport.
Right.
So shout out to my boy Matt Rice. That's going down Saturday at the Potomac Airport in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. That is another no prep event
Right.
on an airport track that's awful shady that I've seen a lot of people.
I remember we watched video of it at 2:30 a.m. today
It was
at your house.
early this morning.
It was about 2:30 a.m.
It was.
Yes, and Matt Rice, if you're out there, and you plan on doing another 660, 360, you need different shots of different people that happen to have a red tinted beard.
We got a kick out of the 660, 360, Matt.
You call me.
You would be good
we'll
on that.
come up, and that suit jacket that's a bit too big for you would be a bit too small for me,
And I'm going to
and
do.
work perfectly.
It would. and I'm going to do one more upcoming thing because it's not mentioned here. Coming up Monday, the next episode of, you guys know a lot of the Memphis Street Outlaws run our adrenaline racing products.
Absolutely.
Coming up Monday, they have an episode that I was at last. It's been a while. They take a while to get to air.
Yeah.
But we did a little behind the scenes thing, and I've been sitting on this footage for like a year and a half because I'm not allowed to play it because Discovery was filming at the time.
Well, I thought you weren't allowed to film either.
Well,
How'd you manage that?
good point. Well, they can't know anything after it airs.
No.
But I just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
It's okay. We didn't.
Discovery's not watching.
They're not watching. Sorry.
So, what we did is I went out there to support the Memphis Street Outlaws guys. I hung with Michael Dover all weekend, and we did kind of a little behind-the-scenes documentary with him. It was really cool. They had a Friday night small tire event, and then Saturday was a big tire. Well, fast forward a year and a half later, those episodes are finally coming to air. So Monday night, watch Discovery, watch the Memphis Street Outlaws. You're going to see the small tire event from the same racetrack we're talking about in West Virginia, the airport.
The airport racetrack.
That's going to air Monday. And then what you're going to see on Tuesday, we're going to air it on our Facebook page, on Hot Shot Secret Facebook. You're going to see a behind the scenes of that episode of me with Michael Dover and how that weekend went down behind the scenes. Behind the Discovery cameras, it's really cool. You kind of get a vibe of how that really goes down, behind the cameras. And then we found out that they're splitting it to 2 episodes.
Right.
So the following Monday will be the Saturday Big Tire event. And we're going to come back with you with another behind the scenes
Right.
of how Michael did the Big Tire event.
Right.
And we may throw some extra footage of some of the crazy stuff you may have seen in the previews. I may or may not have got some of that footage myself on my own cameras
Cannot
that the world has not
confirm nor
seen.
deny.
No.
Cannot confirm nor deny these.
So stay tuned. Let's support our Memphis Street Outlaws. They're going to be on Monday night. We're going to be on for the behind the scenes on the Tuesdays for the next 2 weeks.
Right. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, tune in for that.
Coming soon, Apex and SEMA,
Absolutely.
just around the corner. That's November 5th through November 7th. They give me the booth number here. We're in booth 2473.
2473. You know what I'm super excited about?
What are you super excited about?
I am super excited about the TED style talk that the Chris Gabrelchik is giving. It's going to be on Wednesday of Apex. And it's going to be on nano lubricants
High noon.
at high noon. Yep. 12 to 12:20. Can't be late. I won't let you in. I'll be at the door. And it's going to be about nano lubricants like Fr3 and their place in the future of lubrication going forward in the entire industry.
Cool talk.
It's going to be great.
And just so you know, we've got a lot of meeting space rented at Apex and SEMA there, so we don't have to do all our talks at the booth. So if you're looking to book a meeting with us, whether it's marketing, sales, operations, you name it, get a hold of us. We've got a lot of meeting room reserved for it, specifically right after Chris's TED-style talk on the future nano lubricants in the automotive industry. We have a big room reserved. So anybody that comes and wants to do some follow-up deep dive, get into the real nerd version of the nanotechnology, Chris can really spit it well. So we're going to take it down into a big conference room and
We'll try and explain to you
nerd
what
out.
10 nanometers really is and how small that really is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty small.
And what that can do for you.
And what it can't do with the particles that size on your cylinder wall is bad news.
Absolutely.
Bad news.
Yep.
So Q&A time. Post your questions below. Let's catch up and see where we are at.
Well, what I think we should do while we're getting ready to answer some questions
Yep.
is, since we've been talking about.
Oh, this is your buddy here,
Who's that?
Rod Suffin.
What's it saying?
See, now you're interested.
I'm interested now. Hey, Rod.
They're talking to me. They're talking to me.
Yeah.
He says, Trey, when will the BMW secret sauce that I'm waiting on be ready? I got a torque converter for that BMW when you want 1090. Ha ha. Well, first of
Well,
all, that ain't his car.
I mean,
But I'm down to go 1090 in it.
you could
Chris
go,
is down to go 1090
I
in
tell
it.
you what, Kyle, if you go 1090, that's good because I'm going 1070. But what he's talking about is the secret sauce ZF transmission fluid.
Oh,
So that is
I just
right
saw some in the
next
lab.
door, and they are still working on it. We are going to make it not just to spec, because we don't make things just to spec. We make things better than everyone else does.
I'll
So
admit,
we're going to surpass.
it's been tough.
It has been a challenge,
they've been, I know when they're
But-
working on stuff and when
Yeah.
Aaron gets frustrated, it's,
and they could punt and they could say, you know what, it's just too tough. We're not going to do it. No, Challenge accepted.
No, they'll see it out.
We're gonna knock it out. And so soon, Rod. I'm gonna keep you updated.
It's coming, Rod. And trust me, they really are working hard on it. It's a tough one. Brent Hilliard with that top fan badge says, "Are the new magnet style France kit for the 6.0 we saw a few weeks ago shipping now?" I got the thumbs up from Levi. That's a yes.
Yeah.
He just did. You know the meme of the kid that's looking at the TV screen and gives you a thumbs up. That was it right there. You know.
Levi's your producer.
Levi's already answered it. Yes, they have. I know he's quick.
Yeah.
Didn't see them on the site yet. I don't know if they're separate on the site yet.
Give us a call.
We seem to update it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got lost in the.
Give us a
voice
call.
update.
All right.
Call your favorite AE
Call your favorite AE.
with a,
Yep.
with a lovely red beard.
Tanner Coleman says, best additive to put in for a 2015 Duramax LML to help with CP4 lubrication and through cold winters in Maine. Great question. We just talked about CP4 pumps in training today,
Yeah, we did.
and he's talking about cold winters in Maine. So what's he to do? Do you want to take this one?
Well, this is LX4 and DWAG though.
We're good.
You good?
We're good.
Are we?
We are.
Well then, absolutely cold winters in Maine. You got nothing on the CP4. So what we can do is we can give you some of the LX4 lubrication extreme additive to help lubricate that CP4 pump, get you some extra life out of it. And then you need diesel winter anti-gel because that's like EDT for winter so that you don't get your fuel to gel up, and that's what you use.
So let's talk a little bit about the CP4 pump
Yeah,
and why our new product, Lubricity Extreme LX4,
absolutely.
is so important.
So CP3s used to be the norm, now CP4s are. CP3s were a little different in design, had a lot more kind of innate toughness to them, whereas CP4, if you can think of like a roller cam and cam lobes that spin and spin, and they just have these roller lifters, and then they push out and they pressurize the fuel to go in the common rail. There's no lubrication in there except what comes in the diesel fuel. Those pumps were designed to run at a spec of 460 on the wear scar test with the diesel fuel. Diesel fuel that comes out of the pump in the United States of America only has to be at a 560 spec. Therefore, that wear scar is deeper, that diesel fuel is drier, it has less lubrication, and those CP4 pumps fail.
And bad news when they
And
do.
when they fail, you might as well go to a machine shop, sweep up all of the shavings from the metal for 2 weeks and dump it in your fuel tank and just let it run, because that's about the equivalent of what happens. So the common rail, the injectors, the lift pump, the lines, the tank, everything, just full of metal shards. So to prevent that, which is somewhere around a $15,000 repair.
Jeez, I didn't know that much.
Yeah, like on an 11 to 16 Duramax with labor parts.
LX4 doesn't cost that much.
Absolutely not.
No, it's much cheaper to buy LX4.
LX4 costs $14.50 for a 16-ounce squeeze bottle that you can keep in your truck and measure.
Did you say 14,000?
14 what?
$14.
$14.50.
Or 15,000 if the problem happens.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal.
Right. I don't even know what I said now. $14.50, $15,000. You make the choice, but I think I'm going to go with the $14.50
I agree.
LX4.
I agree.
1 ounce treats 10 gallons. So, yeah, not a bad.
Colton Henninger says the new studio looks bare. Yeah, we're still decorating. Matt Goody Goodrich says the new filming area looks awesome. Yeah, we're still decorating.
He knows. He knows what's up.
Yep. James Bruce, who's famously coined the phrase. Wow,
What are you
he doesn't
doing?
even
What are you
watch.
doing? What are you doing?
Wow, James. James, he
doing?
doesn't know. We need
James.
to get beard. We need to get a beard to Kyle, just to see what he would look like. You should actually sell like elastic bands with your beard on it. Like
Okay. All right. We'll get that over to R&D.
Colton Henninger says, going to be changing my oil soon with the new bottle of FR3 I got in the mail. Awesome, Colton. Let us know how it goes.
I remember him from a couple. Yeah.
Oh, did he win a bottle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know, Colton. You should feel that pretty quickly once you put the FR3 in with fresh oil.
Absolutely.
Dan Millerson says, looking good. Jerry Atkins, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Jerry.
Dan Miller just picked up a 240,000 mile 7.3. Has some blow by. Not enough to blow off cap, but noticeable. Will Blue Diamond and Stix Eliminator help with that? You want it?
Well, Stitch Eliminator absolutely will, and Blue Diamond absolutely is going to be the best oil you can put in that thing. So Stitch Eliminator is going to help with blow-by. It's going to help with your Huey injectors. It's going to help improve your compression. It's going to help with the turbo. It's going to help with the boost. It's going to help with fuel economy. So it's going to do all those things in an old 7.3. And then Blue Diamond is a Group 4 PAO base oil that,
He's been studying.
yeah, that is pretty much top of the line. Outside of our Black Diamond oil, Blue Diamond with a 240,000 mile 7.3, I'd go with the Blue Diamond. I'm pretty sure that 7.3 is going to want a 1540 Blue Diamond. I'm pretty sure you've got a capacity of 15 quarts on that 7.3.
Big.
I'm pretty sure you're going to want to use 4 ounces per quart. I'm pretty sure I'd just use 13 quarts of Blue Diamond 1540 and just go ahead and get a half gallon of Stitch Eliminator and do that with your favorite oil filter. Drive it for 500 miles, and then you send me a personal message on Facebook and tell me how much your life's changed.
I think you're on something.
I think I know what I'm doing.
I agree. I concur.
Yeah.
I'll pull an Aaron. Yeah.
Yep.
You need it.
Oh,
Yep.
anything you'd like to add to that, sir?
No, you
All
got
right,
it.
got it. Nailed
You got
it.
it.
Okay, thanks.
All right. James Bruce decided to tell you to lube it right day and night, Trey. That's the catchphrase you missed. Come
That's
on. Jerry Atkins says, "What's
That's
up,
that
guys?
thing
Great
that-
seeing both of you. How you doing, Jerry? Jerry, let me know if you come out to PRI, man." Alex Sherry says, "A 2004 5.9 Cummins. I get white smoke at idle, nothing driving. Assuming injectors. Any way of saving them with a cleaner?"
I mean, why wouldn't we
We're
try?
just teeing Trey up today.
Why wouldn't we try some Diesel Extreme in that 2004
Why not?
5.9 Cummins?
I think we should.
I think we should. I'm gonna say it's probably got a fuel tank somewhere around the 29 to 34 gallon range, unless you got an aftermarket tank on
I'd
it.
throw a full 16 in there.
I think I'd take 16 ounces of Diesel Extreme and I'd go to my favorite gas station that has diesel fuel and fill it up with diesel fuel and put that whole 16 ounces in there and let me know in 100 miles how it's changed your life.
Yeah, Alex, I concur, and let us know. Report back after you've done, because that's something you see pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
So throw some Diesel Extreme in and see if we can't clear up some of that white smoke.
Yep.
Sean Bearded Medic Bottomley says, "I'm running Green Diamond 5W40. Should I go Blue Diamond? My 7.3 just turned 228,800 miles, or stick with Green Diamond." Okay, I'm going to take this one. I know what you're going to say.
Have at it. Have at it.
I know what you're going to say.
Oh, I don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
Get out of my head.
Because you think everybody in the world should be running Blue Diamond.
I don't think everybody in the world should be running Blue Diamond. I suggest they do. But
I'm going to put it this way,
think
Sean.
they do.
It's as simple as this. You know, we like to be honest with our customers and make sure you're not spending more money than you need to. Our Green Diamond, if you're talking about our full synthetic, is a Group 3, Group 4 blend. It actually has a lot of Group 4 PAO in it to start with. It's one heck of a synthetic oil. To make the leap up to the Blue Diamond full PAO oil, the real advantage of that is going to be on your long interval. So if money's no option, I'd run Blue Diamond and everything because it's the best oil you can get. But the real thing there is the bypass filter. And I'm pretty sure you're working, I think he's got a bypass filter or he's about to get one.
Right.
If you get the bypass filter and put the bypass filter on,
Certainly.
Blue Diamond.
Yes,
all
absolutely.
day. And then we'll start doing oil analysis. We'll get you to go in long intervals on that.
Right.
And make sure your motor's seeing nice, clean oil 24/7.
Absolutely.
Without a bypass filter, depending on how long you want your interval to go, I would say save the money, run Green Diamond full synthetic until you get the bypass filter, and then we'll switch you over to the Blue Diamond.
That would actually be what I would do
Eh.
as well. On a 7.3 with that much age, yes.
Yeah. Brent Hillier says, "Would it be advisable to also use the LX4 if using EDT in the 6.0? Okay, I got to take this one.
Know what you're gonna say?
Well, this is a long story.
No, go ahead. No, I'm just messing with you.
So, would it be advisable to use the LX4 if using EDT in the 6.0? First of all, the 6.0 doesn't matter on the fuel side of things. So yes, absolutely. If you want extra lubrication, you can run the LX4 on top of EDT. We're having a lot of people do it. Matter of fact, a lot of people that are using the performance dose, which is 2 ounces per 25 gallons, they're cutting back to 1 ounce per 25 gallons on the EDT and then spiking the dose of LX4 on top of it because they want that extra lubricity.
Right.
What I'm going to tell you is the EDT has a lubricity agent in it. It's a strong lubricity agent. It's a good lubricity agent. And I've been trying not to tell people for the last couple of weeks.
Well, I haven't been.
Chris makes it rain. He
Yeah.
just throws it out there like it's nothing. But I finally saw it on the stack out here.
Oh,
Did you see it out there?
No, but I'm gonna go see it
So
soon.
EDT has LX4 in it coming soon.
Yep.
Like literally
So-
coming soon.
So
So
coming soon.
so not only
EDT
can
with
you do it,
LX4.
your future EDT is going to have LX4 in it anyway. So
just
and you know how
minus-
much we're raising the cost of EDT because of that?
Tell me how much.
Nothing.
0.
Nothing.
Not 1 cent.
No. Just making a better product.
That's ridiculous.
That's what we do. That's what we do. So
People should buy cases.
they should.
Yeah.
You sell cases?
I sell cases.
We do too. And the Rudolph Brothers and Company sells
I
cases
bet
too.
they'll sell pallets.
I bet they will. I bet they will. So it's one thing that we do is just like we were talking about in our training with Rudolph Brothers and Company today. We're constantly evolving our products. We never stop with it. Like I said, I think we're on our 4th generation of Stitch Eliminator over the years.
Right.
We didn't need to improve upon it, but we found new technologies. When FR3 came along, we got all the advantage of that. We infused our Stitch Eliminator with FR3.
Right.
Same thing. EDT, we're constantly evolving with it. When we decided to tackle this lubricity problem, the lubricity agent of LX4 is kind of a newer chemical that came along, and it kind of changed the whole game with it. So why not? So we are just going to put it in our EDT and make it a better product. And again, how much more is it going to cost?
It's not going to cost a dime.
Not going to cost
Not
a
a
dime.
penny.
You're just going to get a better product
Yep.
because we love you. All right. Sean says I go 5,000 intervals. We'll be getting new bypass when available. All right. 5,000 mile intervals. Green Diamond can handle that, no problem.
Green Diamond on the 7.3, yeah,
Get your bypass, switch to Blue Diamond.
absolutely.
All right. Let's get a guest in here.
We got a special guest for you
We
guys.
got a special guest.
So, Ohio's own. Anyone who's followed bracket racing in the last 20 years,
Getting old.
22 years maybe, may know this gentleman. He is going to be running some races at the end of this month, or the end of November, down in North Carolina with Loose Rocker Promotions. Multi-time IHRA and NHRA. Multi-time. He can tell you all about that. Sportsman drag racing champion, Michael Beard.
Hey. Hey, Michael.
Hey, thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for coming on.
Sorry, thanks for coming on.
Let's get you some room here.
So it's great to have you on here, sir.
I appreciate
So-
the invite.
Yeah. So, Michael, why don't you tell us about, a little bit about your background in drag racing, and then a little bit about Loose Rocker and what we got coming up in November.
Well, I cut my teeth bracket racing at Beaver Springs Dragway when I was a kid. Had a 71 Industrial with a slant 6 on it, so it was super slow.
Yeah.
So
low,
you did-
Mopar guy.
Mopar
Mopar guy.
guy.
Oh yeah.
So you did pretty much nothing but hit the tree and drive the stripe because
Right.
there was nothing else for you to
No,
do
you just
besides.
hang out and eat a sandwich.
Just the radio, right,
What's
yeah.
the- maybe the announcer.
So
says
I
the
got to
reaction time.
concentrate on the driving aspect because up until the last couple of years, and I'm not even sure if I can say that, typically if someone saw me with a wrench in my hand, they ran screaming. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've done a lot of wrenching in the last few years. So
Right.
more comfortable on that end of things.
Awesome.
Won the NHRA Division I bracket finals in '94. Got into stock eliminator in IHRA. Won the world championship in 2003. Won it again in 2009. I had converted my car to, and you'll like this if you're a Mopar guy. In 2011, we built a 5.9 liter drag pack.
Engine.
This is a fuel injected 360
Yeah.
that they put in the 2009 Challenger factory race cars.
Yes.
We put that in a 1980 Plymouth Volare
Yes.
on purpose.
Yes.
I like
On
it.
purpose.
And in 2012, won the IHRA Superstock World Championship.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, let's see, 2009, won an IHRA bracket final. So
That's bad.
Yeah.
my Volare is the only car on the planet that has won a stock world championship, a Superstock World Championship, and a bracket finals.
Does it still got that power plant in it?
Top end of the motor, yes.
Okay.
Right.
The top end of the motor is still Superstock legal. In 2016 at the World Foot Brake Challenge, I left pieces of the crankshaft in the burnout box. And at that point had decided I was done with class racing for a little bit. And we did a 408 stroker short block for it. So if I want to go class racing again, crank rods and pistons, we're back in business. But for now, I've been concentrating on, I ran local points at Dragway 42 this year, qualified for the Summit Team Finals there. And other than that, just run a lot of big money bracket racing. And when I'm not out racing, myself and my partner Anthony Walton with Loose Rocker Promotions, we put on races for other racers.
Yep.
Ah,
So we've kind of seen both sides of the fence. I guess I skipped one bit of my background in that I'd done a lot of work over the years with drag strips from my home track of Beaver Springs Dragway. Had helped out with a website at Maple Grove Raceway when I was a kid. Went to work for IHRA in the Bill Bader era, ran the website and worked in Drag Review magazine, and then worked at Quaker City Raceway. So I've got a lot of experience on both sides of the fence, both as a racer,
well, and that helps
working with
too.
local tracks,
The
and
racer
sanctioned
perspective. Racers enjoy events that are put together and organized by racers that have that perspective to it.
And that's really what happened was many years ago, for 8 years, Piedmont Dragway in North Carolina had done a $20,000 foot brake race over Thanksgiving weekend. And I always competed in that event. It's a fantastic race. It's kind of that end of the season, that last gasp, let's
Right.
get a big one done. And the track had changed management a few times and ownership. And at some point, one of the owners said, we're going to do a couple $3-granders. And you weren't going to get people to travel
Right.
really long distances for $3,000 versus $20,000.
Right.
And that went on for 1 year. And Anthony and I had gotten together the previous year. He'd started doing some event promotions at his local track, Coastal Plains Raceway. And my real job as a graphic designer, Stage and Light Graphics, I was doing event flyers for him. So we got to know each other and racing ourselves a bit. And the 20-grander had gone away. He's like, man, somebody ought to do the 20. I'm like, yeah, man, somebody ought to do the 20. It's like, you want to run a racetrack? No, I just want to race. Come on. Let's... Okay, so we rented a racetrack, and we took the 20-grand Thanksgiving race to Coastal Plains Dragway, his local track, and we put 191 entries down the track our first year.
Wow.
And we went, this is pretty cool. And,
Yeah.
and guys had a good time. A couple years later, we ended up taking that event back to Piedmont Dragway, and the car count went even higher.
Yep.
Wow.
And about 80% of the time, the car count will go up from year over year over year.
Right.
The first year we had it at Piedmont, we had 216 entries. Then it went to 240 some, 270, 280. 1 year we had 358 entries. And I'm like, I don't even know where all you guys came from.
Right.
Well,
We're
some of
parking-
where they came from was New England
Right.
and Florida. We get guys from
You get
all
a lot
over
of
the
pull.
place.
And then now you've got not just the foot brake race over the Thanksgiving weekend, but the weekend before you also have another race, right?
Yeah, that would be the RacerTees.com American Door Slammer Nationals presented by McCarty Auto Parts.
You know who's going to be
it-
at that?
I'm guessing you.
You know who else is going to be at that?
Bracket Racing Jesus?
Yeah.
Chris Mancini.
He's going to be
That's
there.
my man.
That is actually where I met Chris Mancini.
Really?
Was in the winner circle. Well, we'll call it a runner-up circle because he got busted in the finals Sunday night. But I watched him all weekend,
Yeah.
and particularly on Sunday. I'm like, this guy's a bad dude, and he'll tell
bad.
you so.
Yeah, he will.
Right.
Hey,
He'll
I'll
tell
just
you
say
off,
this.
off with the head.
I'll say this. He was up at Dragway 42 a few weeks back. He came out, and I didn't know till last minute, so I ran out there, and he needed some oil. So I ran out there. We sponsor him, and I got a few GoPros in the car and got some video of him finally because I haven't been able to catch up with him. Well, he just came out to Pacemakers Dragway this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I guess he's coming back out again this weekend for
Yeah,
the
this
event.
weekend will be their last race of the year.
Right, and so I got a chance to put some more GoPros in the car, and I got another inside GoPro, and I'll just say he's
Character.
He's character.
Intense, intense, yeah.
We love you, Chris. I hope you're watching, man.
He is. He's a good promoter of your products. I've been following you guys for a couple of years now. Had heard about you before, but then I saw your partnership with Chris and helping him out. So thank you for what you do for him on his behalf.
We're happy to. He's a great ambassador for us.
He is definitely
He,
very
he
good.
finds finals like it's. I mean,
Yeah,
whew.
yeah,
And
super
he's a
good.
road warrior.
Super good
He'll
on the
travel
top
anywhere.
ball. Oh yeah, traveling fool. And I've been having a lot of fun with Chris lately because again, he'll tell you how good he is.
will.
And the thing is, he'll back it up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he's kind of a teddy bear too. We were at Keystone Raceway Park, and he gets a phone call, and I swear he's on the verge of crying. And I'm like, what's going on? Short version of the story is he actually does a lot of work with kids suffering from cancer. And a lady from the hospital had called him and said this one little girl just wanted to have him get a recording of the car going down the track, get a video of it so she could hear it.
Wow.
And like this big tough guy with attitude was a teddy bear like
Yeah.
that, and so he actually is a really good guy. Don't let that exterior get
Yep,
to you.
absolutely.
But we get to needle on each other back and forth a little bit. I was fortunate enough to have a lot of success at Quaker City Raceway, a couple different weekends. Their Big Bucks Nationals. Sunday night, I'd runner it up in my second $5 of the weekend. I come out of the tower with my paycheck for the weekend, and Chris was hanging on the wall, and he looks at me. He's, I didn't know you was any good.
So Chris.
Right?
And look at him.
Right?
Actually, really appreciated that. I kind of fly under the radar for a
Right.
little bit.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do is fly under the radar at one of those races.
Now, whenever my Facebook memories come up with winter circle pictures, I always post that and tag him in it.
Right.
So we just keep picking each other. But he's a top ball guy. I'm a bottom ball guy. So never the two shall meet.
Right.
He's bottom ball once or twice.
Unless you got an in on your
They want
window and
pretty.
you make it to the finals with him, right?
That could happen.
happen.
We did a shootout race at Quaker City at their second Big Bucks Nationals. It was a 64 car shootout. I did 32 box and 32 no box, kept them separate to the finals. And, I got picked on a lot this year because I had a whole bunch of runner-ups. I think I won 3 or 4 races and was in like 7 runner-up spots all year. One of the few guys that I beat all year was the box guy in the shootout final.
Right, of
course.
Kinda got
He only won 3 or 4 races this year.
Yeah.
Only had seven runner-up finishes.
That's Mancini was saying the same thing when we had him on film. He's like, man, if I could just win some more. I think he said 14?
That sounds right, yeah.
14? I was like, what?
Come on, man.
I'm like, runner-up pays good money. And he's
That's
like,
exactly what I told people.
right?
I'm like, what are you mad at?
All these people were picking on me like, man, I hope you get that monkey off your back. I'm like, dude, I'm making
Money,
money.
yeah,
I
I'm
will
good.
take runner-up
We
every
talked
day of the
before
week if you
final
let me.
round, okay?
Right.
And they
So,
did.
Yeah, right.
These are classes of hundreds of cars, 100-card fields.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And it's like you got down to the 2. And it's like, I ain't
Oh,
crying. Like,
yeah, no.
I'm
Yeah,
cashing
I
a
made it
check.
to
I'm
7.
happy.
I won 7 rounds today. Cool.
The biggest one was actually the last race of the year that I was able to run was the No Box Bonanza at Norwalk, Summit Motorsports Park, and runner up on Friday to Matt Daddis, who has won everything in the last couple months. Went 2,000 red in the finals, but 10 rounds,
Yeah.
425 entries.
Cool.
With a round of re-entry.
With a not even a buyback, just with a re-entry.
With a re-entry, well, that's one thing that keeps it at 10 rounds instead of going
Right.
11.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Re-entry is actually a good thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, yeah,
But-
for sure.
Runner-up in a 10-round race, that's like winning a 9-round race.
Yes, that's it. That's awesome. And so what we're gonna do, so why is Michael here? Well, with those 2 races we got coming up at Piedmont, we're gonna be sponsoring with Loose Rocker with our Adrenaline line of products. And be looking for that. We're going to have some products at the track, and Hot Shot Secret sponsored drivers Chris Mancini and Trey Sikes will be there, and we'll give you some updates via some Facebook. Maybe we'll go live. Maybe we'll get some GoPro video back to you.
What happens when you form the bracket racing Jesus and lumberjack all together? I mean, that's
We've never been together at the track.
Oh, I hope you guys line up. I'd love
I
to
do
see
too.
that.
Notice you've
I
never
do
seen
too.
them both at the
I
same
do too.
time.
I do
Yeah.
too. I do too. Because you know what happens if I lose to Chris Mancini, man. But Chris Mancini, if
Exactly.
you lose to me,
Yeah.
Everybody's
you will
gonna hear
never
about it.
hear the end
This
of
will be
it.
true. Please don't lose to him, Chris. I don't want to hear it.
Something that I'm very interested in, and you talked about it earlier, was your work with cars and endurance racing,
Yeah.
and that being a very good test bed for your products. And
Yeah.
particularly, having known Trey for a number of years, know he's heavy in the diesel scene, which is very different from what we do, at least in terms of the kinds of cars that we race. But
Absolutely.
you're still bracket racing
Absolutely.
a lot of the times.
Right.
I'm very anxious to get your guys' products in the hands of some big money bracket racers, because it doesn't sound like it would be as tough on products as endurance. Endurance is go, go, go for an extended period of time.
But
But
an 8,000 RPM launch or 8,000 RPM burnout, 5,500 RPM
you need
launch.
to back that down, son.
Yeah. That's why we got a 3-step, right? Some people zing it. Some people zing that thing up there. Yeah.
But it's a very different kind of test.
It
You know,
is.
particularly big money races. Like we said, you can have events with 300, 400 entries. Our St. Patrick's
almost an
Classic at
endurance
Virginia
race.
at the beginning of the
Yeah,
season, back in
right.
March, we had 593 entries go down the track first round.
Right.
So you're looking at hours and hours and hours between rounds we're looking not only at protecting the engine, but also consistency.
Right.
I want to see how this oil performs
Is it?
with a long period of time between rounds, and then as the rounds go on, it gets exponentially shorter
Correct.
between rounds, particularly if you're double entered, which you can do at big money bracket races. You may run the same car twice in a round, just with two different car numbers on it, whether it's the same driver or two different drivers sharing the same car.
Right.
You can go from 4 hours between rounds to 7 minutes between rounds.
Towards the end, yeah.
All right, how is that going to perform?
I'll tell you one unique thing about that, and Chris Mancini can speak directly to this. He's told me this a couple times, and he wonders why. He tells me that it holds consistency regardless of cool down time, and sometimes he's got a hot lap if he's double entered and stuff, and he wonders why. And one of the main reasons why is the base oil that we use in it is a full Group 4 PAO. It's a polyalpha olefin. So as these guys learned in training today, it truly is an indestructible base oil in there. The base oil itself is unlike a Group 3 synthetic that might have a Group 4 blend to it. It molecularly cannot shear. So even under a big load, and we use the same type of base oil in like our long haul truckers, believe it or not. The guys that are going extended intervals, 100,000 miles on the same oil, putting heavy loads on it. That type of load that you're putting on the oil will want to shear it out of grade. Well, you guys can do this with, a 8,000, 2,000 horsepower car can shear it in one pass down the track. You can start to get that oil to come out of grade. Well, especially if you're looking at a big event, you're going 10 rounds, multiple passes in between. A Group 3 synthetic or even a Group 2 conventional blend that some guys are running, like we call like a diesel oil, like a poor man's race oil or something. It's going to fall out of grade by that 9th pass if it hasn't come out of grade before then. So now you're counting on, it's not even the cool down time of the oil. It's more, if that oil started at a 50 weight, by your 3rd pass it might be a 47 weight. By your 8th pass it might be a 44 weight, and you're slowly shearing that oil apart. Our Group 4 is literally unshearable. The molecular structure will not allow it to shear. So that, number one, helps it. Number two is on the temperature side of things. We can get into the whole Fr3 technology and what our patented technology is for that with our nanocarbons, which reduces your wear, which reduces your heat. One of the unique sides of it is the nanocarbons themselves. One of our patents allows it to stay suspended in the oil, and that carbon is actually a heat conductor itself. So not only are we reducing friction, Fr3 friction reducer is such an understatement of what the product is. Yes, it does reduce friction, but also the technology of the carbon inside the oil actually acts as a conductor of the heat, and that's why we see lower operating temperatures. So it keeps you closer to a cool down period than peak heat at the end of a run. Kind of like the endurance car hit 280 this week
Preventing a heat
and
soak
still
kind of
held
situation.
fine
Yep.
because
Right,
it can handle that thermal.
Having the oil contributing to lower operating temperatures also makes it easier on the oil.
Yeah,
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
it's saving itself.
Serves itself. Exactly.
Yep.
And I see you guys have, like I said, your diesel specific oil, gas, and I also saw on the shelf oil specifically dedicated for cars running alcohol.
Yeah, the R6.
Yep.
The Alky, 60 weight Alky. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, one of the unique things we're working on now too, we like to problem solve. Our gentleman from our new group over here who's heading up their race side of things asked me a question that we've been asked lately quite a few times. Well, he runs an alcohol car and he gets a lot of dilution into the oil. Well, what can we do to get alcohol out of this oil? Same problem Bill Lutz is having. We're testing with Bill Lutz right now on his gigantic horsepower monster that just dumps like a quart of alcohol every time he makes a pass. And it's like, well, first of all, our oil is expensive. It's indestructible. It sucks to dump it after every pass, And if you can get the alcohol out of it, and we are working on it right now. We're using one of our what we call our torque units. It's our
Trackside oil refining kit.
right. And basically what we've done is we've taken one of our bypass filters that strains oil down to 1 to 2 microns. We use a cellulose filter which can soak up water, alcohol, and we extract the oil from the motor, run it through the micron filter to pull the moisture out of it. Well, we know that we can pull the alcohol out. It's a matter of how much and how quickly. Because if they got to return back for that next pass, how much do we have in between passes?
Or
At the very least, they can run with the alcohol in their oil, and then we try to do it overnight in between rounds or something like that. What we'd like to get to is to a speedy enough point that in between passes, they can drop this in, extract the oil, remove the alcohol from it, return the good oil back to the motor. And while doing it, straining it down to 1 micron to get all the metal out of it too, so you're running clean oil.
Yeah. Of course, that's talking upper level, like you said, street outlaws, pro mod type
high level
cars.
guys, but-
So you're like Chris Mancini's car isn't going to need to be maintaining that oil in between rounds like that.
No, he doesn't get much dilution. He actually has really clean analysis
Yeah,
when this
and
comes.
we've actually gotten a lot more life out of the oil, switching it over in the Malibu we run. Even though it's methanol, we get 3 times longer on the R5 than we did with what
See
we were
any
using
questions
before.
in here?
How many
Yeah.
runs are you?
We got 8 races last time, so and he was in the finals at Super Chevy.
I've had people ask me before, how often do you change your transmission fluid? And back in the day, it was whenever the 8 3/4 breaks.
Right, right.
Because, Mopar stuff, if you bust the ring and pinion, it's taking the sprag out in the trans.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
We're solving that issue this winter. I'm going to Marco Abruzzi, and we're putting Power Glide in the car. I finally
there you
said
go.
There
enough.
you go.
There you go.
Sounds like you
Problem
might need
solved.
some nano shift for that brand new.
Yeah, we have a
power
great
glide.
transmission fluid for that.
Yeah, nano
Got a
shift.
lot of experience in those.
Yeah, how much power are we putting down in some of those trucks running nano shift?
3,000. We got the torque is what kills the
Torque
It's
is
the transmissions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 3,000 torque.
yeah,
So we've got it well tested.
yeah. If we
Well
can handle
tested.
Is there anything liquid that you don't make?
that, don't make right now.
I'm seeing.
Water wetter.
Water
Oh,
wetter,
okay.
That's
we
the
keep
only thing
asking
we
for
don't.
that.
We don't
I was
make.
gonna say I also saw on the shelf over there antifreeze coolant.
Yeah. Oh, we've got that. We got you covered, man. So.
Like they talked about earlier, check out Levi's new website.
We've got it on there. Anything else we got today?
Nope, that's it. We got to give away some product winners. Well, let me check on one last. I see my mom with a top fan badge saying, "Hi Kyle, love you." Get mom's second week in a row now.
Mom's on it.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah.
Paul Persing's is watching. He's a sponsored racer. He runs a dragster. You might have seen him out there, the white dragster.
Oh yeah, he was runner-up at Norwalk at the Halloween Classic, one of the events this weekend.
Yep. Congrats,
man.
Paul.
Saw him in the winner's circle, which they had turned into a graveyard.
Oh
for,
yeah.
for the
Norwalk
Halloween deal.
does
I
a
saw that.
big
Yeah.
deal out of that stuff. Yeah.
Let's see. So will the LX4 be coming soon to the winter gel also? I doubt it.
I don't think we're gonna mix that.
Yeah, we
just
still
'cause
wait
it's
on
a
it. It's a
yeah,
long story, but
yeah.
I doubt it. It's too far into the season to
Yeah.
do that. Basically,
We'll
we
do
almost
it,
have
yeah.
all of our DWAG produced for the year, so
Right.
maybe next winter, but we'll check on it. When's the next Indiana event?
Indiana event.
Shy Diesel PRI. We'll be at
I was gonna say
PRI.
PRI is an Indy, and that's
Yep.
an Indiana event.
Come see us there. Michelle Shane John, sorry I'm late, guys. Busy day at work. Good morning. Kyle, you are the man. Got my package. Oh, you got your banner finally. So I did my homework. I finally got you one. Actually, Casey hooked me up, so thanks, Casey. We'll send you a pic ASAP. Thank you so much. You are the best. Thanks, Michelle Shane. We appreciate it. I need that for my methanol 4-cylinder. Brian Fennell. That's right.
Yeah, you do.
Put some Diesel Extreme in the semi, pulling hills like never before. Never been treated until then. Semi running 10 times better.
I bet.
Great, thanks for the feedback. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And let's give away some DWAG.
Diesel
So,
winter anti-gel.
Tanner
Yeah.
Collin and Alec Sherry. Why don't the two of you send us a message, shoot Levi a message on our Facebook Messenger. We will send you out a free bottle of our Diesel Winter Anti-Gel. And if you're in a warm climate, let us know. If you don't need the anti-gel, we'll send you some EDT or something
EDT
you
with
can use.
LX4.
There you go. Maybe one of the first to get the
Maybe
combo.
One of the first and give us some feedback.
And thanks to Michael Beard for coming on. We appreciate it. Where can people find you, Michael?
Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Loose Rocker. It's our promotional company. If you want to look at my personal page and just Michael Beard on Facebook. Follow the races on our Loose Rocker page. Not only do I talk about our 6 events that we have throughout the year, ranging from March to the end of November with top bulb races, foot brake only races, door car only races. We've got different types of events, different places, different times of year, so a little something for everybody there. But I'll also post pictures from other events when I'm out racing myself, so you can check out pictures of other folks' cars, different racetracks.
Awesome.
Just something for you to look at.
We
Absolutely.
dig it.
Say,
We
hey, that
dig
place
it.
looks cool. I want to go race there sometime.
There you go.
So good stuff coming up. Where can we find you, Lumberjack?
You can find me all over. No, you can find me on
Right there.
Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me in Mount Gilead, Ohio, or Hamlet, North Carolina. Or you can find me at somewhere. Maybe.
We're gonna work on some new
We're gonna
places
work
for
on
'em.
we're working some plans. We're gonna let you know.
And check out Rudolph Brothers and Company. We're proud to have them on board. We're really excited to have them come up today. If you're already a customer of theirs, you know that you can get our products through them as well now. And we're looking to kind of expand their network and our network. We're looking forward to working with them. We thank them for coming up and look forward to get that going. And thanks for Michael Beer for coming on. Thanks for Trey for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys gave Chris a day off apparently, so
Chris was working hard. He deserved it.
he's working hard. So until next time, and remember, if you're watching After Hours, go ahead and post up, and we'll send you out some more DWAG to some of you After Hours viewers. And until next time,
Yeah.
well, this weekend we got Dragway 42, the No Unprepidemic with Mass Traction out there. I will be. If the announcement went down, I will be at the No Prep event in West Virginia,
Virginia.
with Matt Rice and DNR Auto. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
and I'll be in Hertford, North Carolina at Truck Wars. Diesel
That's
Truck
right.
Wars. Yeah.
Where's the shout out on that?
It's here. It's right here. Diesel Truck Wars on the 26th.
Are you going to be racing the ramp truck again?
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
Well, if anybody would like to ask Dustin at Diesel Addiction if I'm going to be running the ramp truck again, you can send him a direct Facebook message. And
It is
if
fun to see that
enough
truck
people
run.
do that, I
They'll-
think that I'll get to racing
There you
again.
go.
I saw
So-
you made it to the finals.
Yeah.
I did my homework.
Oh, dude, it's
It's funny watching.
You runnered
that
up
thing,
just like me and Chris Mancini.
it's like we know what we're doing.
It's a thing, folks. If
Hey,
you would
where
like
was
to
your
runner
runner-up?
up, you
Where
need
was your
Hot
runner-up
Shot
this
Secret.
year?
Hey, I sponsored the guy who beat you, so just saying.
It's a win-win.
I can't get out of here right now.
So thanks a lot, guys. Tune in next week. Remember Monday, Street Outlaws, and watch Tuesday on Facebook on our Facebook page. We're gonna have behind the scenes like you've never seen before, so it'll be really cool. Tune in next week. We'll see you and give you an update of what happened.